to introduce the visiting Southern Utah Thunderbirds. Sophomore, Ruby Hernandez. Junior, Caitlin Coe. Senior, Molly Jozwakowski. Sophomore, Kayla Horton. Junior, Carly McClay. Junior, Shylin Murakami. Senior, Hannah Nick. Sophomore, Nikki Thomas. Junior, Mason Bedley. Senior, Morgan Alfaro. Junior, Rachel Smith. Junior, Emma Wisman. Junior, Stephanie Tervort. And freshman, Aubrey Schwartz. The Thunderbirds are coached by Scotty Mahmoud. The Southern Utah Thunderbirds.
Just watch me now. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now.
And now your Arizona Wildcats. A freshman from Aliso Viejo, California, Courtney Sunoda. A sophomore from Mound, Minnesota, Libby Orman. A sophomore from Greenfield, Indiana, Danielle Nosek. A sophomore from Sparks, Nevada, Malia Hargrove. A sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona, Avery Staffaker. A freshman from Maple Grove, Minnesota, Elena Dietz. A freshman from Argyle, Texas, Caroline Harry. A sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, Serena Linton. A freshman from Tucson, Arizona, Hallie Mayberry. A freshman from Fleet, England, Jessica Castles. A freshman from Maple Valley, Washington, Bailey McCabe. From Tucson, Arizona, Madison Corney. A senior from Southwick, Massachusetts, Peyton Bellows. A junior from Tucson, Arizona, Mackenzie Kane. A sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona, Mackenzie Burilli. A senior from Houston, Texas, Laura Lee Horton. A freshman from Mequon, Wisconsin, Taylor Raskin. And returning for senior day from medical retirement, a senior from Westchester, California, Sydney Frieden. The Wildcats are coached by John Cord, assisted by Taylor Spears and Peter Jansen. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arizona Wildcats. Teams, you may now proceed to your first rotation event and prepare for your one-touch warm-up. For rotation number 1, Arizona will be on vault, Southern Utah on bars, Air Force will be on floor.
No plan to a full house. No heroes, villains, one to blame. While wilted roses fill the stage, and the thrill is gone. Our debut was a masterpiece, but in the end, for you and me, on this show, it can't go on.
Attention teams, you may now begin your 4-minute one-touch warm-up.
Darling, darling, you know that we are sold out. This is fading, but the band plays on now. We're crying, crying, so let the velvet roll down, down.
For rotation number 1, Arizona will be on vault. Competing for the Wildcats on vault today, Laura Lee Horton, Caroline Harry, Peyton Bellows, Danielle Nosen, Jessica Castles, and Malia Hargrove, with an exhibitionist by Hallie Mayberry. For rotation number 1, Southern Utah will be on Barnes. Competing for Southern Utah will be Nikki Thomas, Aubrey Schwartz, Anna Nip, Mason Bentley, Molly Jozakowski, and Caitlin Coe. Air Force will be on floor. Competing for Air Force will be Pixie Pronk, Natalie Meyer, Brooke Bruder, Heidi Sen, Cameo Stapleton, and Deja Stevenson.
Good afternoon, Wildcat fans. So excited to be here in McHale. Today marks the final regular season meet of the 2021 gymnastics season for the Arizona Gym Cats. The Gym Cats host Air Force in Southern Utah in a tri-meet. So 3 teams competing at the same time. Although the season is coming close to an end, the Wildcats are not done yet. They're coming off of a season high showing against ASU, so expecting some really big things today. And it's very special because we're celebrating the 3 Gym Cat seniors. I'll be with you every step of the way. Don't go anywhere. Thanks so much for tuning in, and bear down.
As a reminder, for the safety of the athletes, coaches, and all participants in the building, masks must be worn at all times while inside McHale Center. Once again, masks must be worn at all times while inside McHale Center. We do thank you for your cooperation.
About 15 seconds left of this timed warm-up. Arizona will be on vault, Air Force will be on floor, and Southern Utah will be on bars to kick off rotation number 1.
Competing first on floor for Air Force, Pixie Brock.
Heading over to vault, Lorelei Horton in the leadoff spot. Yurchenko tuck full, tiny step back, but one of the best leadoff vaults for Lorelei this season. Hopping over to floor, Pixie Brock leading off the Air Force Falcons. We have all three rotations happening simultaneously, so I will do my best to keep you updated on all of the action, all of the scores. Really beautiful routine to lead off that floor rotation. Meanwhile, Caroline Harry had a beautiful Yurchenko layout full, still waiting on the score for that vault, but she was in the number 2 spot for the Wildcats. Peyton Bellows in the number 3 spot, preparing to execute her vault. Caroline Harry before her scored a strong 9.75, so hoping to keep things rolling here on this vault rotation. A beautiful Yurchenko layout full. Had to take a hop back on that landing because of all the power that Peyton has, but a beautiful vault on this vault rotation for the Gym Cats. See her stretched out position, that hop on the landing that the judges will have to take, but a beautiful vault for Peyton. Heading right back over to bars. You saw that release move, that Jaeger, a little close to the bar. Immediately with the shoot over down to the low bar. Toe on toe off. With a toe on toe off, the high bar connection. Preparing for that dismount, huge double layout, really clean position. Looks like she had to take a tiny adjustment of her feet on that landing, but a really great bars. Danny Nosek preparing here for her Yurchenko layout full. Beautifully done, tons of power. See that hop back on that landing, but a very clean vault. Check out her position in the air, laid out, finds the ground, just that hop back. Back over to the Falcons on the floor exercise. Front layout punch, front layout full. Couldn't quite find the ground there, had to buckle her knees, but was able to fight for it, stay up, really clean leap series connection. Preparing for this final tumbling pass. Round up back handspring double pike. Really strong finish to that floor routine. Freshman Jessica Castles up next on vault for the Wildcats. Yurchenko layout full as well, finds the stick. An amazing start to her final home meet of the 2021 season. That beautiful Yurchenko layout full with that stick. Great vault from the freshman. Back over to bars, it looks like Southern Utah had a fault. So hopping back up, continuing the action of this bar routine. That shoot over to the low bar. Back up to the high bar, a little short on that final handstand. Preparing for that dismount, huge double layout. Finds the stick. A really, really nice ending of this bar routine. I know it can be disappointing when there is a fall, but really strong finish. Malia Hargrove waiting up next to vault. Jessica Castles before her scored a really solid 9.85. So Malia hoping to build off of that score here in this anchor spot. Malia does a Yurchenko layout full as well. Sky high. Hop back on that landing, was really trying to go for that stick, but just had tons of power. Clean position, really fighting for that landing, had to take that step back, but an awesome vault to finish out this rotation for the Wildcats. Now 6 athletes compete, 5 scores count to the team all around. That goes for all the teams. So as this rotation wraps up, we'll have final scores from rotation 1 coming to you pretty soon. Brooke Bruger on floor for the Falcons. Opens up with a front tuck punch into a round off back handspring double tuck. A little low on that landing. You saw her chest was a little close to her knees, had to take a step forward. But holds onto it. See your teammates dancing alongside her there on the side. Heading back over to vault. We had an exhibition performance from Haley Mayberry. Couldn't quite find the landing on that. Back over to floor. Front layout, punch front layout full. Legs came apart a little bit in the air on that, but holds on to it, finishing out a great routine. Back over to bars. Preparing for this dismount. Another big double layout from Southern Utah. Had to take a step back on that landing, but a really strong routine. So if you haven't already noticed, today's format of the tri-meet is a little bit different than some of our regular season meets that we've had here in McHale. All 3 teams are competing simultaneously. Once all 3 rotations have all athletes compete, then we'll rotate to rotation 2. So vault finished up, looks like bars is not far behind, and then floor will wrap up, and then we'll rotate to rotation 2. So the gymnastics action isn't done just yet. So a couple more routines from Southern Utah and Air Force to wrap up this rotation. Final score for Malia Hargrove on vault came in at a 9.75. A really strong vault rotation for the Wildcats as they kick off their final home meet of a very amazing season, hoping to carry that momentum into the Pac-12 championships, regionals, and hopefully nationals.
Now on floor for Air Force, Heidi Say.
Heidi Sand on floor for Air Force. Opens up with a huge double pike. A little over-rotated. You saw that big step back. Has a career high 9.85 on this event. So a really strong competitor for the Falcons. Heading into that final tumbling pass here. Round off 1.5 punch front tuck. Overall, really clean routine for Heidi and the Falcons on this floor rotation. You see Mackenzie Kane there getting prepped up for rotation number 2. Your gym cats will head over 2 bars.
Now on floor for the Falcons, Cameo Stapleton.
Cameo Stapleton up next on floor for the Falcons. Really fun panic floor music to get this routine started. Opens up with a double pike. Really clean landing on that. Cameo is a junior from Norman, Oklahoma. Has a career high 9.825 on this event. Heading into this final tumbling pass, huge double tuck, really clean landing. Cameo looks pleased. A really solid routine for Air Force. Final score just came in for Cameo Stapleton. She scored a 9.75.
The final competitor on floor for Air Force, Deja Stevenson.
Deja Stevenson in this anchor spot for Air Force. Looking to close out this floor rotation. Also has a career high of a 9.825 on this event. Tons of confidence, tons of sass in this choreography. Heading into this first tumbling pass, front layout full, punch front layout, really cleanly done. Tons of height on those saltos. Heading into this next tumbling pass. Round off, big double tuck from Deja. Had to take a couple steps to the side. Was a little under rotated, but fought for it. Overall, really nice routine to finish this floor rotation for the Falcons.
And that will conclude the first rotation. Gymnasts, you may now proceed to your second rotation event. For rotation number 2, Arizona will be on bars, Southern Utah will be on B, and Air Force will be on vault. Prepare for one-touch warm-up, which will begin in 3 minutes.
All right, that wraps up rotation number 1. Your Gym Cats will head over to bars. The Falcons will head to vault. Southern Utah to balance beam. Still waiting on a few final scores, so we'll have updated scores for each team from rotation 1 in just a few moments. Athletes will prepare for their 2-minute touch. And then we'll kick off rotation number 2. Don't go anywhere just yet. Tons of gymnastics heading your way here soon. Just under a minute left here of these timed warm-ups. Your Gym Cats lead the charge after rotation 1, scoring a 48.8. Southern Utah trails right behind them at a 48.65, and Air Force at a 48.050. Air Force will be on vault, Southern Utah on balance beam, and your Gym Cats will kick off rotation number 2 on the uneven parallel bars.
Attention gymnasts, you may now begin your 4-minute one-touch warm-up. For rotation number 2, Arizona will be competing on bars. Competing for the Wildcats will be Serena Linton, Jessica Castles, Malia Hargrove, Taylor Haskins, Bailey McCabe, and Mackenzie Kay. Air Force will be on vault. Competing for the Falcons will be Pixie Brock, Grace Nelson, Grace Bartis, Jessica Kirkpatrick, Heidi Singh, and Deja Stevenson. The Thunderbirds from Southern Utah will be on B. Competing for Southern Utah, Shylin Murakami, Rachel Smith, Hannah Nick, Carly McClay, Emma Wisman, Aubrey Schwartz, with an exhibition performance by Nikki Thomas.
Just about 2 minutes left in this timed warm-up. Wildcats finished just shy of their season high on vault. Finished with a 48.8, have a season high 48.975, hoping to carry that momentum here into their bar rotation. The Gym Cats posted their season high 49.15 on this event against Air Force earlier this season. So expecting some really awesome things from this bar rotation. The Falcons will be on vault, Southern Utah on balance beam. About 90 seconds left of this rotation, of this warm-up, and then we'll head into rotation number 2.
First on bars for Arizona, Serena Linton.
Serena Linton in the #1 spot for the Gym Cats on this bar rotation. Preparing for this dismount, really solid final handstand. Serena does a huge double layout and finds the stick. Amazing routine for Serena. And the Wildcats on this bar rotation. Beautiful layout position, holds on to the landing. An awesome routine for the sophomore. Heading over to vault for Air Force, opening up with Yurchenko, layout full. And just like that, we're back at balance beam. Side aerial into a back tuck full and finds the stick. Heading back over to bars, you see freshman Jessica Castles there, preparing for her bar routine. Has a career high 9.9 on this event, so expecting some pretty spectacular things. Looks like the judges are having a brief conference.
Now on bars for Arizona, Jessica Castles.
All right, Jessica Castles. Really beautiful release to the high bar, immediately connected to that shoot over to the low bar. Blindfold, fights for it. Is able to sneak out a double tuck, steps forward. An amazing display of maturity for Jessica. Be easy for athletes on that blindfold. You see she just couldn't quite get her momentum over to her next hand in that pirouette, but fights for it, sneaks out that double tuck. Like I said, amazing maturity. It'd be really easy for an athlete to just hop off, take the fall, but not Jessica. Amazing fight for the freshman in the #2 spot. Heading over to the balance beam, Southern Utah staying loose. Keeping it light here. This is Rachel Smith. The junior from Hernando, Mississippi. Has a career high 9.85 on this event. This is a really fun routine for Rachel. You can see her smiling in between her skills. Finishes with a round off 1.5, tiny, tiny hop. But a really clean routine for the junior.
Now on bars for Arizona, Malia Hargrove.
Sophomore Malia Hargrove. Next up on bars for the Gym Cats. Blindfold to a huge Tkachev, really cleanly done. Really nice shoot over to the low bar, back up to the high bar. preparing for that big half in, half out dismount and finds the stick. A really beautiful routine for the sophomore and for the Wildcats in the number 3 spot. All right, you see here this giant dismount. She does one giant, prepares for that sky high, half in, half out, and just drops into the landing. An awesome routine for Malia. Heading back over to vault. Little score update from your Gym Cats. Serena Linton scored a 9.75. Still waiting on that score for Malia Hargrove. Yurchenko layout full, a little bit piked off of the table. You see that she didn't get as much amplitude, so had to speed up her rotation by piking down, but we're back over to bars. Taylor Raskin, the freshman, keeping things going. Malia Hargrove before her scored a 9.85. Pikes Jaeger a little close to that bar, but fights for it. Shoot over to the low bar. Preparing for this really unique layout, full and a half dismount. Had to take a step back, but a really, really clean bar routine for Taylor and for the Gym Cats. You see this blind change into the layout 1.5, a very unique dismount. Finds the landing, takes that tiny step, catching that gainer layout full dismount on balance beam from Southern Utah. And a beautiful Yurchenko layout full from Heidi Sand on vault. You saw she had tons of power, had to take a few steps back. Waiting on that final score for Taylor Raskin. Looks like one judge flashed a 9.65, the other a 9.75. So the final score will be a 9.7. Bailey McCabe up next for Arizona. Has a career best 9.850 on this event for the freshmen, so expecting some pretty big stuff. Really strong handstand to open up. Blind change. Huge pike Jaeger. Another beautiful execution of that handstand. Blind full with that release to shoot over to the low bar. Preparing for this dismount, a huge double layout, drops in and finds the stick. An amazing routine for Bailey. You can see teammates there look really pleased. And I think that's gonna beat her career high for sure. Here's that dismount. Watch, clean laid out position and just drops it in and finds the stick. Really confident, really beautifully done. Back over to balance beam. You saw that back handspring layout step out, that acro connection. Switch loop into a straddle quarter. Really pretty full turn here. Preparing for this dismount. Round off 1.5, finds the stick.
I can't just let you go. Oh, baby. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? In the middle.
All right, back over to bars.
Now
Junior
on bars
Mackenzie
for
Kane.
Arizona, Mackenzie Kane.
Has a career best 9.85 on this event. Definitely where she shines. And you're about to see why. Really clean handstand. Blind change to a Jaeger. Immediately to that shoot over to the low bar. Back up to the high bar. Really nice final handstand there. Fought for it. Blind change. Huge double front dismount. Tiniest of hops. Very difficult dismount to execute. It's a blind landing, but not a problem for Bailey. A really clean routine. This is that double front dismount I was talking about. Blind landing, but finds the landing, holds on to it. Score for Bailey McCabe was a 9.825, so just shy of her career best, but expecting big things here as the Gym Cats head into postseason. Back over to balance beam for Southern Utah. Front arrow to a back handspring step out. Acro series connection. Switch loop connecting to a split jump. A little short of that 180. That's a deduction that the judges will have to take. Looking for that full split position in the air on all of those jumping elements. Front toss to a beat jump, a really clean and solid connection there. Finishes out with a gainer layout full and the stick. And you have to give it to Southern Utah. They've been having a really incredible rotation here on balance beam, which is difficult to do when you're away, but executing really well so far. All right, that wraps up rotation 2 for the Gym Cats. You see athletes, Caroline Harry there preparing for balance beam, warming up her elements. Still waiting on Southern Utah to wrap up this beam rotation. Air Force finished vault, so they will head to bars. The Gym Cats will head to balance beam. And once Southern Utah wraps up balance beam, they will head over to floor. Back over at balance beam for Southern Utah. Split jump into a sheep jump connected to a beat jump. So those 3 dancing elements connected. Back handspring layout step out. Finishing out with that gainer layup full. Another stick for Southern Utah. Another really solid rotation, complete for the Gym Cats. All counting scores, all 5 scores that will count towards the team total for that event. Above a 9.7, highlighted by Malia Hargrove's really strong 9.850 and Bailey McCabe's 9.825. You can see Avery Stoffaker there on the floor getting prepped for her balance beam routine. Getting in the zone. Meets like this, tri-meets with all events happening simultaneously is really great preparation as the Gym Cats head into postseason. Really forces athletes to stay in the zone, stay focused, keep the team energy together, keep the energy high, and execute what they do every day in the gym. Back over to balance beam. Back handspring, back pike. Really beautiful front aerial into that beat jump connection. A little hesitation there. Curious to see whether or not the judges take that. Split jump into a tuck 3/4. Really impressed by the confidence of Southern Utah on this beam rotation. Like I said, it can be difficult to compete beam, let alone compete beam away this late in the season, but Southern Utah's handling the pressure well. Back handspring to a back 1.5, a little under rotated. You saw those legs come apart and had to take a tiny step back. But all in all, a really great routine for Southern Utah on this beam rotation.
And that will conclude rotation number 2. Gymnasts, you may now proceed to your 3rd rotation event and prepare for one-touch warm-ups, which will begin in 3 minutes. For rotation number 3, Arizona moves to beam. Southern Utah moves to floor. Air Force moves to bars.
All right, that concludes rotation number 2. We are officially halfway done. Time flies when you're having fun. Your gym cats will head over to balance beam. Air Force will head to the uneven parallel bars. Southern Utah to floor. Still waiting on some final scores. We'll have some updates for you. Right now we have about a minute and 40 seconds until timed warm-ups for rotation number 3 kicks off. Don't go anywhere yet. We are only halfway done with tons of amazing gymnastics waiting for you.
Attention gymnasts, you may now begin your 4-minute one-touch warm-up. For rotation number 3, Arizona will be on beam. Competing for the Wildcats this rotation will be Avery Staffaker, Caroline Harry, Malia Hargrove, Mackenzie Borelli, Jessica Castles, Serena Linton, with an exhibition performance by Hallie Mayberry. In this rotation, Air Force will be on bars. Competing for the Falcons will be Grace Barnes, Jessica Kirkpatrick, Heidi Sand, Deja Stevenson, Cam Barber, and Pixie Brock. Southern Utah will be on floor for this rotation. Competing for the Thunderbirds will be Aubrey Schwartz, Molly Jozwikowski, Rachel Smith, Carly McLean, Kayla Horton, and Stephanie Turport.
All right, just over 2 minutes left in this time rotation. Your gym cats trail Southern Utah here, heading to the third rotation by .075. So gym cats looking to make up some ground here on this beam rotation where they shine. Southern Utah with a 97.825. Arizona with a 97.750. Air Force with a 96.650. Air Force will be on bars, Southern Utah on floor, and your gym cats on balance beam.
First on floor for Southern Utah, Aubrey Schwartz.
All right, kicking off rotation number 1. Aubrey Schwartz on floor. Really strong competitor for Southern Utah. Aubrey does 3 events. Posted a season high 9-9 on this event. In February against BYU. Over 2 balance beam. Avery Stoffaker in the leadoff spot for the Gym Cats. Has a career best 9.85 on this event. By King Spring layout step out. And the leadoff position is a really difficult position to be in, especially on balance beam. Requires a ton of focus and consistency to get the team started off on a positive note, and Avery's done a brilliant job doing that this season. Front aerial connected into a beautiful split jump. Has a season best 9.8 on this event. Career high 9.85, and definitely pacing to match those scores here with a cartwheel, gainer layout full, and a beautiful stick. You can see assistant coach Taylor Spears looks really pleased with that routine, and so do teammates. And this is what consistency looks like. Leading off, executing that routine start to finish. Exactly the way that Avery had practiced. And getting this rotation started off well for the Gym Cats. All right, looks like we are heading over to waiting on bars and floor. We have both Southern Utah and Air Force on deck.
Now on floor for the Thunderbirds, Molly Jazwakowski.
Molly Jazwakowski. Next up on floor for Southern Utah. Fights to stay in bounds there on that opening tumbling pass. Has a career best 9.925 on this event. Double twist, really cleanly done. Back over to balance beam. Caroline Harry in the number 2 spot. Avery Stoffaker before her matched her career best 9.825. So Caroline hoping to keep things going. Freshman has a career best 9.8 on this event. Acro series by King Spring, layout step out, really beautifully on. Hips stay in line with the beam. Side summy. You can hear her teammates cheering her on as she heads into her jump series connection. You saw a straddle jump to a straddle half. preparing for that dismount. Back handspring into a back layout 1.5 with a stick. A beautiful routine for Caroline to keep things going here on this beam rotation. For the gym catch, you see this dismount. Back handspring into a 1.5, drops in, finds the stick. Teammate Livy Orman there. Really, really pleased. An awesome routine for Caroline and the gym cats. All right, catching the tail end of that bar routine for Air Force.
Now on floor for Southern Utah, Rachel Smith.
Heading back over to floor, Southern Utah, we have Rachel Smith. You saw her earlier on balance beam. The sophomore has a career best 9.925 on this event. Opens up with a double tuck. Chest was a little bit low on that. Heading back over to balance beam, Malia Hargrove, the sophomore from Sparks, Nevada. Teammate Caroline Harry set a new career best 9.9, so Malia hoping to build off of that. Back handspring, layout step out. Really beautifully done. Fighting for that side aerial connection. We've talked a lot about the underclassmen this season, and it's impossible to talk about the contributions that this underclass has made without mentioning Malia Hargrove. She competes all around for the gym cats and has just gotten better week to week. Heading into this dismount, she does a round off 1.5 and fights for that landing. Tiniest of hops, but a really strong routine from Malia to keep things rolling for the gym cats on this beam rotation. All right, we're back over 2 bars for Air Force. A little short on that handstand. Clear hip connected to a shoot over. Blind full, double tuck. Pretty big step back on that landing. That's Deja Stevenson. And the number 6 spot.
Now on floor for Southern Utah, Carly McLean.
Carly McLean on floor for Southern Utah. Carly's in the number 4 spot. Heading over to balance beam, Mackenzie Borelli, the sophomore, looking to keep things going here on balance beam, has a career best 9.875, so expecting some really amazing stuff from Mackenzie. Front aerial connected to a back layout step out, really cleanly done. No hesitation on that connection, just really attacked both of those acro elements. Full turn with her leg up, really difficult. Mackenzie's a really fun athlete to watch on this event. She has great composure, but beautiful lines as well. You can see that in her dance and her acro. Check out this dismount side aerial to a back layout full, fights for it. A little off the side, but is able to sneak out the landing. Check out this dismount. She just wasn't quite in line with the beam, but stays with it, finishes that full.
Now on floor for Southern Utah, Kayla Horton.
Kayla Horton on floor for Southern Utah. We are back over to balance beam. Freshman Jessica Castles. Another underclassman that has really just contributed in a big way this season. Back handspring layout step out, really nicely done. Jessica has a career best 9.9 on this event. See that front arrow connected into that Sassone. And consistency has been the key word for Jessica this season. Has competed all year. Check out this wolf turn, double wolf turn, really cleanly done. Has competed all season on this event with a low score of a 9.825. So definitely something very special about Jessica on this event. As you can see, finishing out here with a round off 1.5 and that stick. A really, really beautiful routine for Jessica and the Gym Cats. Have some scoring updates from this beam rotation for you, but first check out this dismount round off 1.5 and that stick. So teammates Mackenzie Borelli scored a 9.75, Malia Hargrove 9.75, highlighted by Caroline Harry's 9.9 and Avery Stoffaker's 9.850. So really solid beam rotations so far, but we're not done. One more final routine from Serena Linton in the anchor spot. And tons of action from Southern Utah and Air Force as well. Serena Linton here in the anchor spot. Check out, she does a wolf turn as well. Double turn, beautifully done. Really attacking that really difficult skill. The sophomore, another strong, consistent contributor for the gym cats on this event. Back handspring connected to a layout step out. Switch leap connected into that split jump. Really aggressive routine from Serena so far. She loves to perform. You can catch her making eye contact with the judges and her teammates during her routine. And has amazing gymnastics to go with it. Here, check out this dismount, side aerial to a layout full and that stick. A wonderful, wonderful meet for Serena here. To round off this beam rotation, check out this dismount, side aerial, back layout full. A really clean routine to finish out a really special beam rotation here for the gym cats in their final time here in McHale in the 2021 season. We're heading back over 2 bars, blind change, big Jaeger, connected to that shoot over, back over to floor. Opening double tuck, couldn't quite find that landing. Looks like her feet weren't quite underneath her, so you saw that fall there. That will be 5/10 of a deduction, half of a point deducted because of that fall. Heading back over to balance beam, we have an exhibition routine. And Holly Mayberry saw her exhibition vault earlier today. Now getting some experience here on balance beam. Beautiful leap connection to open out this routine. Final score for teammate Serena Linton came in at a 9.850, so really strong rotation here for the gym cats. Heading into this acro series connection. 2 backing springs connected to a layout step out. Tiny little balance check there. Looks like she wasn't just quite sure of herself, but that will come with experience competing in competition. And there's definitely something to be said about Hallie exhibitioning balance beam. Definitely one of the gym cats' strongest events, so tons of promise here. Side aerial to a back layout full. Tiniest of steps on that landing, but a really great routine, special moment for Hallie and the gym cats as they close out rotation number 3.
You may now proceed to your 4th and final rotation event. For rotation number 4, Arizona moves to floor, Southern Utah moves to vault, Air Force moves to beam. We'll begin 4-minute one-touches in 3 minutes.
All right, that concludes rotation number 3. One more rotation to go. Rotation number 4, your gym cats will head to floor to close things off. Air Force to balance beam, Southern Utah to vault. Still waiting on some final scores, so don't go anywhere just yet. 2 minutes left in this rotation time, then our timed warm-up, and then rotation number 4. Don't go anywhere just yet. We have one more awesome rotation with your gym cats finishing out on floor. Libby Horman showing off some dance moves here, getting loose as the Gym Cats head into their final time warm-up. All right, have some scoring updates.
4-minute one-touch warm-up.
Some scoring updates for you here as the athletes
For the fourth and final
have their
rotation,
final
Arizona will be on
touch
floor.
warm-up.
Competing for the Wildcats will be Laura Lee Horton, Danielle Nelson, Mackenzie Borelli, Libby Orman, Jessica Castles, and Malia Hargrove. The Air Force Falcons will be competing on B. Competing for Air Force will be Cameo Stapleton, Pixie Brock, Brianna Carswell, Deja Stevenson, Cam Barber, and Valerie Smith. The Southern Utah Thunderbirds will be competing on vault. Competing for Southern Utah will be Carly McCoy, Stephanie Turvort, Caitlin Coe, Rachel Smith, Morgan Alfaro, and Molly Jazwakowski.
All right, some scoring updates for you. Arizona trails by .050, so half of a tenth. Southern Utah right now at a 146.950. Arizona at a 146.9. Air Force at a 144.20. So it's all going to come down to this event, and your Gym Cats have been on fire these last few meets on floor. So expecting some really big things from this floor rotation to finish things off and celebrate the class of 2021. Laura Lee Horton, Mackenzie Borelli, Laura Lee Horton, Peyton Bellows, Sydney Frieden. Your Gym Cats will be on floor. Southern Utah will be on vault. Air Force finishing things out on balance beam. Your Gym Cats have a season high 49-0, which they scored against Arizona State last competition. So definitely some momentum working in their favor here in their final rotation. Plus, it's always special competing on floor at home. You have the energy of your team behind you. For the first time this season, there's a select number of fans here in McHale. So this floor rotation is definitely going to be a fun one, a memorable one for sure for the Gym Cats.
First on floor for Arizona, Laura Lee Horton.
Senior Laura Lee Horton competing one final time here in McHale. Leading off this floor rotation like she's done all season. Has a career high 9.725 in this spot. Posted at last competition against Arizona State. Opens up with a round off 1.5 punch front layout full. A very difficult connection to perform. Those consecutive twisting elements. Keeps those legs glued together. Second tumbling pass here, front layout full, punch front pike. It's been so fun watching Laura Lee throughout her career, but especially these last 2 seasons here as an upperclassman, was catapulted into the floor lineup around this time last year due to a last-minute change, and has really proven to be a consistent contributor ever since. Heading into her final tumbling pass here. Finishes with a front layout Rudy, so a 4.5 twisting front layout. And an amazing final floor routine for Laura Lee here in McHale. All smiles from the gym cats, from Laura Lee, and definitely some smiles under those masks. All right, you see that Rudy, that 1.5 twisting front layout. Back over to balance beam. Air Force kicking off their final rotation here. Piked gainer dismount and a stick. Finishes with their chest up, a really nice routine. All right, if you heard some score for Laura Lee just came in. Looks like she posted a 9.8, a new career best for Laura Lee. Danny Nosek in the number 2 spot. Sophomore has a career best 9.825 on this event, so looking to build off of Laura Lee's 9.8, keep things going. Big double pike to open things up. Really clean landing. Struggled on that second tumbling pass. Couldn't quite get off the ground on that connection, but continuing the routine. Danny looks okay, still performing. See that leap series connection there. Heading into this final tumbling pass here. Huge double tuck, finds the landing, really clean lunge out. That's Danny Nosek for the Wildcats. Back over to balance beam in Air Force. Split jump into that wolf jump. A little bit of hesitation there on that landing. That sheep jump, that split jump to sheep jump connection. Really difficult on the sheep jump. Your eyes actually leave the beam, so for a split second in the air, you're completely blind. Finishing out with a cartwheel, gainer layup, full dismount, and a stick. Southern Utah on vault, a really clean Yurchenko layup full. Little tiny hop on that landing. We'll see what the judges think of that, but a really nice vault. All right, looks like little judges conference here. You can see the judges deliberating over Danny Nosek's score. Mackenzie Borelli slated to go up next. The Gym Cats are missing Elena Dietz today, so Borelli ready to step in. But first, we are back over at balance beam. That Kingspring layout step out. Really confidently done, very beautifully executed. A little TikTok action, that's so fun. Something unique that you don't see too often on beam. That skill's called a TikTok. Split jump into a stag ring. Another blind jump element. Those eyes leave the beam momentarily. Preparing here for this dismount. Back handspring to a gainer layout full. Fights for that stick. You saw her get low, try to engage those quads. Had to take that hop back, but a really good beam routine for the Falcons. All right, looks like the judges are still deliberating. See the two floor judges. I'm the head judge of the competition. So teammates keeping Mackenzie Borelli warm, keeping her loose here for her floor routine. And it can be difficult. Athletes definitely have a pre-routine ritual that they like to stick to, so a judges conference can kind of get in the way of that flow, but Mackenzie's staying focused, staying warm, staying dialed in for this floor routine.
Spilled all my emotions tonight, I'm sorry. Rolling, 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 rolling. How many more shots until you're rolling? We just need a face to face. You could pick the time and the place. You'll spend some time on
Now on floor for the Wildcats.
All right, Deja
Mackenzie
Stevenson
Borelli.
on beam for the Falcons, but we are heading back over to floor. Mackenzie Borelli is ready. Judges are ready, expecting a really awesome routine. Teammate Danny Nosek before her had a fall, so a little bit of pressure here on Mackenzie. It's really important in situations like this for Mackenzie to stay dialed in, not allowing herself to get ahead of herself, focusing on executing her dance and her skills, just sticking to everything she's done in the gym to prepare for this moment. Opens up with a huge 2.5, beautifully done. You see Mackenzie's famous turns with her leg up. You saw a full turn connected to a double turn. Mackenzie has a really amazing trajectory in this floor lineup. Started as an exhibition, really fought hard in the gym week by week to prove that she would be ready. And when the opportunity arose, she's showing that she is ready to add a routine that's going to contribute to the scores for the Gym Cats here on this floor rotation. Front layout full, really cleanly done. You can see teammates cheering along on the side. An amazing routine for Mackenzie. She looks so pleased, so happy for her and the Gym Cats. You see here this opening tumbling pass, 2.5 leg stay glued together, finds the ground. An awesome special routine for Mackenzie. Really handled that pressure situation beautifully. Contributing a routine. You see Coach Court there, really pleased. All right, so it looks like Southern Utah's wrapped up on vault. Air Force looks just about done on balance beam. 1 or 2 routines more. And of course, your Gym Cats aren't done just yet. Waiting on that score for Mackenzie Borelli. Laura Lee posting a career high 9.8, tying her career high at a 9.8. And Libby Orman preparing to go up next on floor.
Now on floor for the Wildcats, Libby Orman.
Libby Orman up next on floor for the Wildcats. Score came in from Mackenzie Borelli, a career best 9.8. So Libby hoping to build off of that here. Has a career best 9.850 on this event, so expecting big things here. First tumbling pass here for Libby, opens up with a front layout, punch front Rudy. Amazing height on that second salto. It's really common for athletes for their height to stay the same from salto to salto, from layout to layout 1.5, but you saw Libby actually got higher there on that second salto on that Rudy. Libby is a really fun athlete to watch on this event. She has a really amazing combination of strong, powerful tumbling, really engaging dance, fun facial expressions, really ties in her team, ties in the crowd, gets everyone excited. Final tumbling pass, huge double pike, and a clean landing. You can definitely hear teammates, fans cheering on. And a really awesome routine from Libby to keep things going here on this floor rotation for the Gym Cats.
And we're standing side by side as the shadows
All right, final score just came in for Libby. She matched her career best 9.850, so a pair of back-to-back 9.850s for Libby. Here, one last week against Arizona State and one here today in McHale for their final home meet of the season. Freshman Jessica Castle slated to go up next for the Gym Cats.
For the Wildcats, Jessica Castles.
Another really fun performer to watch on this event. Opens up with a huge 2.5 punch front tuck. You can see why there. Jessica has the nickname of a human tornado. She keeps those legs glued together on her twists. Finishes dead on with that punch front out of it. Round off 1.5 immediately connected into a double twist. It's been awesome watching the Gym Cats really build their confidence this season. Having such a young team, it can be easy for there to be bumps along the road, different challenges and struggles, but the Gym Cats have hit their stride here. You saw an amazing beam rotation. You're seeing here a great floor rotation. And adding another great routine into the mix for the Gym Cats from Jessica Castles.
The final gymnast
All right.
on the floor for Arizona,
Malia Hargrove
Malia Hargrove.
up next. Opens up with a huge full in. Lands with her chest up, clean landing. I mentioned this earlier, but Malia is an athlete that just keeps getting better. That full in is something that they added in this season. And week by week, it's just gotten stronger and stronger. Round off whip half connected into that front layout full. Malia has a career high and season best of a 9.9 on this event, so expecting her to match that here today. Lands it very cleanly on that huge double tuck, and a beautiful routine for Malia to close out a really special floor rotation
And that will
for the Gym
conclude
Cats.
competition portion of today's meet. But don't go anywhere. We are tallying up the final scores. We'll have those along with the gymnasts of the meet from each team, as well as a special honoring our seniors.
All right, that wraps up today's competition, but don't go anywhere just yet. Waiting on that final score for Malia Hargrove and the Gym Cats here, and then we will have the team total for this rotation, for this competition, coming at you shortly. All right, final score from Malia Hargrove just came in just shy of her personal best. Malia finished with a 9.875 to close out that floor rotation with a really strong team score of a 49.1. So just 1/10 shy of their floor best. Don't go anywhere just yet. We'll have final scores from all the teams here momentarily.
Rolling on 35s, pretty girl by my side. You got that suntan skirt and boots, waiting on you to look my way and scoop your little hot self over here. Girl, hand me another beer, yeah. All them other boys wanna line you up and take you downtown, but you look like the kind that likes to take it way out. Out where the cornrows grow, roll my boat, floating down the Flint River. Catch us up a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Might sit down on my diamond plate tailgate, put in my country ride, hip-hop mixtape. Little Conway, little T-Pain, might just make it rain. You can hang your T-shirt on a rim, hit that bank and we can ease on in. Soak us up a little moonlight, you know I know what you like, yeah. All them other boys wanna line you up and take you downtown, but you look like the kind that likes to take it way out. Out where the cornrows grow, roll my boat, floating down the Flint River. Catch us up a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to announce the final team scores for today's meet. In third place with a score of 193.175, Air Force. In second place with a score of 196, Arizona. And in first place with a score of 196.15, Southern Utah. And now we'd like to take a moment to honor the gymnasts of the meet selected by each team's coaches. The gymnast of the meet for Air Force is Cameron Barber. The gymnast of the meet for Southern Utah, Aubrey Schwartz. And the gymnast of the meet for Arizona, Caroline Harry. Welcome and recognize the seniors from our own Arizona Wildcats. Our first senior will be Peyton Bellows.
Massachusetts. My major is nutritional sciences, and I plan to become a physical therapist, so I'm applying to physical therapy school. My favorite event is vault, and it's been my favorite since high school, so hasn't changed. My favorite memory is landing my 1.5 on vault again. It was a skill I didn't think I would get back after my multiple injuries, so just being able to compete it again and actually land it was nice, and to have my teammates there supporting me, knowing what I've been through. Just being able to compete, I mean, I love competing no matter what the circumstances are, so I'm just very grateful to compete this season, regardless of COVID. Bear down.
Coming to Arizona from Southwick, Massachusetts, Peyton has been a regular contributor to the Gym Cats during her time in Tucson, participating in nearly 20 meets over the course of her collegiate career. Peyton posted career high marks of 995 on vault, which ranks in the top 10 of all scores on that event for the entire program. and a 9.875 on floor. She excelled in the classroom as well, earning a Pac-12 Winter Academic Honor Roll recognition in 2020. Mackenzie Kane describes Peyton as a teammate who will always do whatever it takes and has a tremendous amount of love for the sport of gymnastics. Peyton, who is also the team's PAL representative, will graduate with a degree in nutritional sciences in May and is looking forward to attending graduate school for physical therapy. Coach Court says, as a fellow New Englander, it's been great having Peyton and her family as a part of our program. She is very passionate and knowledgeable about the sport of gymnastics, and I can always joke with her about the Red Sox and the Patriots. Yes, we both wish that Tom Brady had stayed in town. Peyton, you will be missed immensely, and we thank you for being a part of the change of this program. You are leaving it in a better place. We would also like to recognize her parents in attendance today, Tim Ocean Mist and Laura Bellows. Laura Bellow. Thank you to the Bellows family and Bear Down for Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Peyton Bellows. Our next Wildcat senior will be Laura Lee Horton.
I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a senior. My favorite thing about being a student athlete at Arizona is being able to connect with all of the fans and the community in a really special way. My favorite thing about competing in McHale is the energy and the crowd. An interesting fact about me is that I can hand knit. I learned it during quarantine over the summer. My major is elementary education with a focus on special ed rehabilitation. So after I graduate, I plan on moving back home to Houston and finding a job. Most looking forward to this final year is wrapping up my career on a high note and enjoying every little moment that I get. Bear down.
Laura Lee arrived in Tucson from Houston, Texas. She earned a spot in the floor lineups at the end of the 2020 season and has played a critical role in the 2021 season. She has achieved a career high of 9.8 on floor multiple times and regularly contributed on vault for the first time this year. A gifted student, Laura Lee's academic achievements are numerous, having been twice named the Scholastic All-American and earning Pac-12 Winter Academic Honor Roll selection in 2020. Avery Staffaker says that Laura Lee has been an amazing teammate who can always make her laugh, while Libby Orman says she cannot wait to see Laura Lee shine in life after graduation. She says, Laura Lee has excelled as a student athlete in our program. She wants to compete, succeed, and has a positive effect on her teammates. She has made this program better, and her efforts and commitment are appreciated. Laura will graduate with a degree in elementary education and will start student teaching next semester. We would also like to recognize her parents, Jack and Mimi Horton, who are in attendance today. We thank the Horton family and Bear Down for Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Lee Horton. Our final Wildcat senior is Sydney Freeton. Sydney was a frequent member of the Gym Cats beam and floor lineups before needing to medically retire from competition after her junior season. She has a career high of 9.85 on both events, and like many of her teammates, Sydney found tremendous success in her academic pursuits as well, twice earning Scholastic All-America recognition, and in 2020 being tabbed to the Pac-12 Winter Academic Honor Roll. Sydney, we thank you for your love and commitment to Arizona. You made a positive impact during your time as a student athlete, and it's a pleasure to welcome you back to McHale today. Sydney will graduate with a degree in nutritional sciences this spring, and we would like to also recognize her parents, Sean and Regina, in attendance today. We thank the Frieden family and Bear Down for Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Frieden. Let's have one big round of applause for all your Arizona seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out to McHale Center in support of your Arizona Gym Cats. It's been a great 2021 season, and we can't wait to see you all back here at McHale Center next year. Please drive home safely. Until next time, so long, everybody.
All right, that wraps up another amazing Gym Cat home season, honoring the seniors, Peyton, Laura, Sydney. Gym Cats finished just behind Southern Utah, posting a 196, so a really strong score as they head into postseason. It's been such a pleasure, such a treat watching our Gym Cats this season with you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Faith Morrison, and for one final time, bear down. I'll see you next season.